comes to Puja Gurudev, Swami Chinmayananda on his 105th birth anniversary.
Hari Om. What a pleasant day it is. I bet you know today's importance. Yes, it's the birth anniversary of our Puja Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda. I'm privileged to be a part of this huge spiritual family. Gurudev was an eminent spiritual personality who inspired lakhs and founded the Chinmaya mission, which propagates knowledge of Upanishads in India and abroad. Our motto is to give maximum happiness to the maximum number of people for the maximum time. Gurudev, who was born on May 8, 1916, devoted his life to the spread of Advaita Vedanta, the non-dual system of thought found in the Upanishads, which epitomize the philosophical teachings of the Vedas. He authored 95 publications, including commentaries on the Upanishads and the Bhagavad Gita. He worked as a visiting professor of Indian philosophy at many American and Asian universities. He conducted university lecture tours in many countries. Now, here comes Neeraj, who will take us to a journey through the life of Puja Gurudev.
Hari Om. Today, we, the Chinmaya family, is celebrating Swami Chinmayananda's 105th birth anniversary. Swami Chinmayananda, the great visionary and spiritual leader who has worked tirelessly to transform India spiritually. He had steadfast belief in the potential and energy of youth. He believed that by channelizing their potential in the right direction, it would make a big impact at the nation level itself, and it will contribute to nation building. He had great focus on education, not mere education for examination's sake, but for education that will lead to self-actualization and self-realization. He believed that education is not just for becoming a successful professional, but it is for becoming a good human. And his visions and principles are still being followed by us. It's being indulged in each and every aspect of our educational system. So today, let's identify his vision on education and see the great visionary's life in a brief. Swami Chinmayananda Saraswati, commonly referred to as Swami Chinmayananda, was born on 8th of May 1916 in the district of Ernakulam, Kerala as Balakrishna Menu. He was a Hindu spiritual leader and teacher who inspired the formation of Chinmaya Mission, a worldwide non-profit organization to spread the knowledge of the Upanishads, the Advaita Vedanta, the Bhagavad Gita and other ancient Hindu scriptures. The Chinmaya Mission is a worldwide spiritual, educational, non-profit, charitable organization which has more than 300 centers across India and abroad. Swami Chinmayananda has authored more than 95 publications, including commentaries on major Upanishads and the Bhagavad Gita itself. He was also a visiting professor at the American and Asian universities on Indian philosophy. Swami Chinmayananda also established ashrams around the world as places for spiritual retreat, practice and study. There are numerous and diverse devotional, social, cultural and spiritual foundations that are being administered and programs conducted by Chinmaya Mission all over the world in memory of Swami Chinmayananda. It includes the Balaviha, Chinmaya Yuva Kendra, and the Chinmaya study groups for the adults, which are known as Devi groups. And also, Chinmaya Mission has constructed over 58 temples across India and abroad. Today, there are around 76 Chinmaya Vidyalayas across the world and Chinmaya colleges following Swami Chinmayananda's vision on education. So, let's have a look at Chinmaya Vision Program in detail. Chinmaya Vision Program concretizes Swami Chinmayananda's vision of education. The child is the focus point of this program. This program also embraces the school management, teachers, as well as parents. Through this, the light of the vision spreads to the society, country, and world at large. The Chinmaya Vision Program is identified under 4 heads: integrated development, Indian culture, patriotism, and universal outlook. Let's look at them one by one. Let's look at the first one, integrated development. It aims at the overall unfoldment and gentle blossoming of the child at his or her physical, emotional, intellectual, and spiritual levels. So let's look at these subparts also to have a glimpse of each of these aspects. The first one, physical development. Ever heard of the proverb, health is wealth? Yes, it is. Good health and physical well-being helps us to work energetically with a great sense of enthusiasm and optimism. So with good health, there is nothing that we can't achieve, right? So the basic aspect or the basic foundation for any achievement to work with good effort and enthusiasm is health indeed. So in the Chinmaya Vision Program, there is specific emphasis on physical fitness, nutrition, health, hygiene, prevention of diseases, and treatment. Now the second subpart, mental development. It ensures that the child is mentally or emotionally a balanced person. This helps his or her life to be in harmony with himself or herself as well as the surroundings. So it includes many aspects within it or many programs within it, like the emotional handling, emotional expansion, gender-based education, and so on. And the third aspect or the third subgroup in this category is intellectual development. We all have inherent or intrinsic intellectual capacities within us, but most of us don't try to identify it or to manifest it in reality. We are thinking down of ourselves, and Chinmaya Vision Program aims at removing that myth. It helps to manifest our inborn intellectual capacities and enhance the existing ones. It includes, creativity, critical thinking, aesthetics, and counseling, and so on. And the last part of it, or the last subgroup in this category, is spiritual development. Man is spiritually divine. He has in him a part of God himself. And if we try to manifest it, or if we try to realize it, that helps us to become a divine person with God's grace. So this include many techniques like yoga, meditation, philosophy, and so on. And the second aspect of it, Indian culture. Culture has a tendency to be confined of just festivals and rituals, at least in our point of view, but it is not. Culture is a way of living. It's a way of thinking. So through this program, the child is given exposure to various aspects of our culture and has been given the importance of various cultures and appreciation of various cultures and traditions. If you see, India has a great culture, heritage, and art and literacy, isn't it? That makes us proud to be an Indian. Let's go to the third aspect, which is patriotism. So our third aspect, which is patriotism, is focusing on developing civic consciousness, citizenship, as well as fostering pride for being an Indian. So, our program not just aims in developing a good human, but a good citizen. Let's take real pride for being an Indian. And coming to the fourth and last aspect of our vision program, the universal outlook. This helps to instill the concept of Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam in children, which means one world, one family. So this helps the children to view themselves as a part of the whole world and to, take their own part in resolving world issues. Humans might be separated through land boundaries, but we can definitely break the boundaries that are being constructed in our thoughts, in our mind, isn't it? In Bhagavad Gita, when Lord Krishna shows off his Vishwarupa, he says that there are multiple faces of gods. In the same way, there are multiple faces to this creation, but he has only one heart, which means everything comes from one Paramatma, one divine force. In turn, referring to that, all are creations of God, and we can find that divinity in each and every aspect of this creation, then voila, we are spiritually transformed. And to conclude, our program is not portion based, but it is attitude based. Before winding up, spare a minute to have a look at the vision of Swami Chinmayananda on education. Most of us think that education is a path for employment. It is wrong. Education is the path of empowerment. Education is the path for accomplishment, for enlightenment. In this cutthroat competition, academic competency is necessary. But why? Why are we being just confined to textbooks? Why are we being just quenching our thirst to write an exam? Can't we quench our thirst of curiosity? Are we kindling the curiosity within us? Most of the students, around 70% of students, are not. And that's why India is producing educated ones, the literate ones, but not successful ones. There should be a thirst for curiosity, and there should be a thirst for spiritual enlightenment also. Just as life processes are going on in our body, spiritual process should take place, and that leads to the complete accomplishment or the complete transformation of a human, isn't it? Why aren't we recognizing this? We just don't need clerks and professionals. We need problem solvers and critical thinkers, highly motivated with a great sense of confidence and enthusiasm to serve the nation, of course. So for this, a safe, secure, friendly, intense environment with a great scope for exploring is necessary. And that's how every school should be, and that's what Swami Chinmayananda's vision was. And I can proudly say, without any doubt, that my Vidyalaya is an apt example for this. So let's not try to become successful professionals, but successful human beings. If we try to become successful, we may or may not. But if you try to become divine, if you try to attain perfection, success will follow. And that's what our Vidyalaya offers. And that's what Swami Chinmayananda's vision was. That makes our school a school with a difference. Thank you. Hari Om.